Today from Pilgrim News, we have a special presentation for you as we end Breast Cancer Month. Please help me welcome two very special ladies of Mount Pilgrim, Miss Linda Botley and Miss Lillian Stevens. Amen. Amen. Don't they look beautiful? Thank you for being with us today, ladies. Thank you for coming to Pilgrim News. As of January 2019, there were more than 3.1 million women with a history of breast cancer in the United States. In women under the age of 45, breast cancer is more common in African American women than it is in white women. And overall, African American women are more likely to die of breast cancer. So we want to ask you ladies to share a few of your, a little bit of your experience with us. Can you tell us what your signs and symptoms of for breast cancer, what was that?
Okay, for me, I didn't have any signs and symptoms. I started doing my mammogram at the age of 35, and I did a mammogram every year. Mine was detected through mammogram.
Through mammogram, very early, because they recommend ladies getting checked at age 40. She started at age 35.
They have changed the guidelines. Now it's up to 50. At age 50 is recommended start time for a mammogram, but we should do it earlier.
And what would you recommend that age be for early?
I would say at 35, if you have a family history of breast cancer, I would kick, scream, and holler to whoever I have to get a mammogram done, because as soon as you start having a breast, you can have breast cancer. So you need to check your breast at least once a month.
Okay. Ms. Stevens, what were your signs and symptoms?
I didn't have no sign because I did self-breast exam myself. Okay. But what happened, when I did mine, I did not find nothing. But when I did take my mammogram, that's when he found a little lump. And that's what he said, that I couldn't feel it because it was in the back of the fatty tissue. Mm. So I tell anybody, please, please self-examine your breast and also take that mammogram because it helps out a lot.
Great. Great. So self-examination is number one. If we don't know our own bodies, no one else will, right? So it's very imperative that when you have that special time, when you're alone, that you examine your breasts. It's men and women. It's very important, right? Tell us some of the treatments that you had to undergo. What was that experience like? Sister Stevens.
I had chemo treatment, and I had 8 treatments that I had to take. And I tell anybody that if I wasn't with the Lord Amen. And knowed him for myself, I couldn't have made it. But I thank God Amen. That I was saved and I knowed where to go to get help. I got on my knees and I prayed. And I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, this is in your hand. Absolutely. Because Lord, I can't deal with it. And once I give it to the Lord, he worked it out.
Yes.
But you got to have faith and you got to know him for yourself.
That's right.
And you see me, I know him for myself. So I could tell anybody, if you're going on that journey, make sure you got an anchor in Jesus.
Amen. Amen. So you did 8 chemo treatments.
Yes, ma'am.
And clearly they were successful.
Was successful.
Okay. And what about you, Sister Botley?
My treatment plan was I had a lumpectomy. I had surgery. I did chemo for 1 year, and I did 37 rounds of radiation treatment.
Wow. Yes. Wow. How was that? I mean, did you experience any sickness?
I thank the Lord that I was blessed. I really didn't have many complications. I've witnessed a whole lot of people having a whole lot of complications.
As a nurse, yes.
Yes, I work in the health profession, so as a nurse, I've witnessed a whole lot, and also at MD Anderson, I mean, I saw people, it was like, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. I only had to have a blood transfusion. I didn't have any of those other complications. But trusting in the Lord.
Great, great. So how has this experience grown your faith with God?
Well, for me, is if you trust Him for some things, trust Him for all things.
That's right.
Because He will put you at that point where you cannot do it
That's right.
alone. Mama can't help you, Daddy can't help you. That is your journey, and you have to lean and depend on the Lord.
Absolutely. I remember sharing a story with some people last night when I thought I had throat cancer. And I said God had to take me to my lowest because He knew the only way to get me to my high was to hold on to Him. And I just want to say congratulations to you. Now, how long have you been breast cancer survivors?
I've been breast cancer survivor for 11 years.
Amen. 11 years. Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
Sister Bodley?
I'm a 6-year cancer.
6-year cancer survivor. Amen. What is the recommendation to, once you are clear and the cancer is gone, what is the recommendation to follow up? How long should you keep getting your checks? Isn't there like 3 to 5 years they watch you? Is it something like that?
Well, it's 5. Miss Bobby, you want?
Okay. After you finish up your treatments, they recommend like every 6 months you get a mammogram. And after that, after your 5 years, then you can start going yearly. And if you find anything or if you have any problems, please do not ignore anything at all. Always go and get your mammogram. Like I said, kick, scream, and holler, because the doctors will say, we're going to watch this, we're gonna check you again in 6 months. If you feel there's something, call some health professional and get somebody to get a mammogram.
Amen. 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 Well, I want to say that I'm 44 years old, and I started getting my mammograms at the age of 40, and I've been blessed that I haven't had anything. I thank God for that. But a lot of people are afraid of mammograms. It takes literally 10 minutes to get a mammogram done. 10 minutes to save you a lifetime of pain. So I encourage everyone, every lady out there, to get your mammograms, and every man to do self-checks while you have that personal time. Any final words to the people who are listening who may be afraid, or maybe they just don't know, they don't know the direction to go in? Any final words?
I would always tell them to make sure that you do your self-exam. Make sure you take your mammogram. But the most of all, make sure that you know the Lord.
Amen.
Because when these trials and obstacles come in your life, when they say cancer, you feel that it's a dying word, a dying say so cancer when you're gonna die. That is not so. Because if you got Jesus in your heart,
Amen.
and saved, you
Yes.
got to be saved. Because if you're not saved, you cannot deal with these pains. You cannot deal with it. Because, honey, it'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
But I thank God I was saved. Because I tell my husband all the time, I say, if I wouldn't have been saved when the doctor told me I had breast cancer, I don't know what I would have done.
Yes.
But I thank God I knowed him.
Yeah.
So I know where to go
Yes.
to get my help,
Yes.
to get my relief.
Yes.
And that's where I went. I went to Jesus.
Amen. Amen.
And you know what? He brought me out. And I can tell anybody, he can do it. He is a healer.
He is.
He is a healer. And he'll heal a body.
Yes, ma'am.
He healed me.
Yes,
And I tell my children all the time, I'm wrapped up and tied up and tangled up in Jesus.
Amen.
Because I know him for myself.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So anybody, young ladies, go get your mammogram. Do breast self-exam. Your life will last longer.
Yes. Amen. Amen. I don't know. The doors of the church may be open. Amen. I do have 2 special gifts for these ladies who are 11-year and 6-year cancer survivors. On behalf of Mount Pilgrim and Pilgrim News, we thank you for sharing your testimony, and we say God bless you for sharing your story, and we wish you a lot of luck and success, and keep on living for the Lord. Amen. Amen.